and gentlemen, now welcome to App State Sports News and Facts Podcast with your host, Jacob Elliott. Hello, Mountaineers fans. I am Jacob Elliott with App State Sports News and Facts Podcast, and I'm here today with Demetrius McCray. How you doing, Mr. McCray?
How about you? Appreciate you having me.
Yes, sir. It's more than a pleasure having you on. So, my first question is tell me a little bit about how you chose Apple and why you chose Appalachian State to go there and study and play.
So I kind of moved around when I was a kid, and so I ended up my last 2 years of high school was in Covington, Georgia, and Coach Dale Jones, and at the time our defensive coordinator John Wiley, he was they recruited me out of Newton County High School. I played quarterback there, and they came to my school. And it was a done deal after that. Coach Moore came once too, and then, they started telling me about the culture, the winning culture, tradition, and, I was sold from day one.
Yes, sir. A lot of people say Coach Moore, and then a lot of other people say when you go to the Boone, you never want to leave. It is just an amazing place up there.
Most definitely.
Yes, and I know when you played, you didn't have all the new updates that we're having now, but the whole stadium is just beautiful now. We have a new field setting, the new end zone project. It's just going to be beautiful.
Oh yeah, I've been watching it. I've been seeing it online. So yeah, it's been really good. It's been really good to see. When I first got there, we had some of those upgrades. We had the new field house was there, and we didn't have the new turf. They had reset. They had took out the black end zones, but that was as far as the field upgrades that we had. But we did have that new field house.
Yes, sir. I actually bought a piece of the turf they were using this year, so I could have memorabilia for the wonderful things they do there. So then, I know you have the upgrades and everything. Let me think, because when did you play, Mr. McCray? What years?
So I played 2009. That was my first year, and my last year was 2012. That season, 2012, 2013. That season.
Oh yeah, it doesn't feel that long, but it's been that long.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I just remember the other day hearing your name in the crowd, hearing your name on speakers from Appalachian State. It's just doesn't feel like that long. But everyone loves Jerry Moore. I've met Jerry Moore. I've talked to him multiple times. He is one of the nicest guys, and I always want your opinion. That statue they're building of him, I love the statue, and he deserves it. Your thoughts on that?
Oh man, I love it. I can't wait to see it. Hopefully I get a chance to go out there when it's unveiled. But I'm going. I love it. It's gonna be a nice sight to see. Deserving. Nobody is more deserving of a statue than him. In my opinion, for App State. So yeah, I'm excited to see what it look like.
Yes, and you were Coach Moore, and I just want to tell my fans my opinion. Coach Moore set the foundation for what we do now, and it's just he's a great guy. He knows a lot. He does a lot, and he was really sad for a lot of fans seeing him go, but it was he was in FCS. He wanted to stay there, kind of, but when he was coaching, he set that foundation for us to move to FBS, and he is the one guy that everyone knows about App, and he's one guy that I love. I adore him. And he is just someone that has built App State from the ground up and made them who they are today. He built the foundation. Southfield kind of played off the foundation, and now we have one of the most elite teams in the G5.
Yep. You're exactly right. He did lay that foundation for not only me, my generation, my class, but classes before me, and then obviously you see the classes after me. He was kind of he did lay that foundation for everything for App State football. Even App State period.
Yes, sir. I definitely agree with that. App State's just been very blessed to have him on. And so tell me about, like, when you were playing, like, what was your favorite game or favorite moment of all time when you were playing, sir?
Probably got two favorite moments. One of my favorite moments is, I had a pretty good game against Georgia Southern. That was my junior year. I had 2 interceptions that game, so that was pretty good. We beat them at our home. That was really fun. I believe they were the number 1 team in the nation at the time.
Probably.
To knock them off. And my next favorite game next favorite moment and game was when we played Montana my senior year. Another 2 interception game, but that was just fun because we had a kind of a rivalry with Montana. They was considered the best. Us, them, and North Dakota State considered the 3 best teams in FCS at the time, and they came to our house, and it was a close game. At the end of the game, I caught the interception to seal the win, so that was pretty fun moment and game all around.
Yes, and I was actually at the Montana game, and I started being a fan. I was so young when I started. Like, I was probably like 13 or so when I went to the Montana game or something, and it was just like awesome. I mean, my dad and all the fans were ecstatic because all the history we have with them, and of course, every player I've talked to said their favorite moment was either a Georgia Southern game or a Wofford game. So Georgia Southern is definitely something. Everyone loves playing Georgia Southern. That's just our big, big game of the year, every year.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. We got for the past 2 years, I believe, I think they've had our number for the past 2 years, but, we got to get that streak back. So I think they can do it this year.
Yes, sir. I mean, with all going on, I hope we do. Some of the other things. So tell me about when you left Appalachian State a little bit.
So when I left, obviously my senior year, I got drafted. I was looking at a couple NFL scouts looking at me my senior year, and then I went through that process, the NFL draft process, went through the combine training, and then ended up hearing my name in the 7th round. When the NFL draft came, so that was a pretty fun experience.
Yes, I mean, hearing your name called, even if it's in the 7th round, it's just amazing. I feel like I don't know how it feels. It probably felt really, really good to hear your name at least called in the draft.
Oh yeah. It's probably one of the best moments in my life.
I know, it's really amazing to have an App player get drafted. Last year we had 2. We had Evans and we had Evans, and then we had Gaither. But Evans he is taking off right now, apparently, from Tennessee. They love him there. They adore him. The coaches adore him. The quarterback, Tannehill, and Henry say really good things about him. So I'm really excited to see him play this year because he is looking like he's going to be a very popular player down there.
Oh yeah, hopefully he is, man. It's gonna be fun to watch him. When he got both of them when they both got drafted. I remember I texted Darrington, so that was pretty fun. Just congratulated him, and I was texting him throughout the whole draft process, whatever he needed. Any advice. Akeem, I may have talked to him once or twice throughout the whole process, but I'm really excited to see them. And then we also got Jordan. He's with the Minnesota Vikings too. So I'm excited to see all 3 of them. Hopefully they make their own careers.
Yes, sir. I know because I saw Jordan Fair. Then we have players like Sam Martin. That's down in Denver. I was watching of the USA, but he is one of the most consistent, best punters in the league. So I'm very happy to have him on the field for App Nation too.
Sam, we came out the same year, so. It's exciting to see him still. This is his eighth year. This would have been my 8th year as well. So, it's exciting for him to still be in the league and, representing the App State Nation. I actually, he had just video on Instagram and, I kind of commented on the video and he kind of liked my post. So, we still got that little small connection. We don't talk every now and again, but we still got social media posts that we like and communicate that way.
Yes, sir, and I totally agree with that. Knowing a little bit about Martin, talked to him once or twice. Malachi Jones is also a big person I've talked to a lot, and seeing him succeed still and trying to go places is still amazing. So hopefully he'll find somewhere, because I remember when he played for the High Country Grizzlies, then transferred to Atlanta, then transferred somewhere else. Now he's playing in the arena. Now he's trying to play in the CFL, but now I think he's trying to go to the XFL.
Yep. I've been following Malachi too. Hopefully he can get his career back. With the whole situation going on. Kind of football is up in the air right now. So hopefully he can get his career back. And I've been following him with arena football, and then also he has some stints in the NFL as well. So it's exciting to see that we still App State still getting noticed out here, and we can still make an NFL roster.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to Malachi multiple times and messaged him. He's one of the nicest guys you guys are going to meet. He is so calm and chill and so nice. He's amazing. And I really like talking to him every time I get a chance to.
Most definitely. He's always been like that. The first
sir.
day he came in there.
So, and then we have Tate Hayes in Miami right now. He's fighting for a starting position apparently. So he is apparently he's doing really good. So we have App has a couple players in the NFL now that are still playing that have the potential to succeed, and that's really good for App State to have some. And Daniel Kilgore, a longtime veteran of San Francisco, played for Miami last year. Now is playing for the Chiefs this year. So App has a lot of players in the NFL, and it's good to have that recognition, and especially if we have someone like Martin. Akeem, hopefully he'll explode, and hopefully Evans will explode. You're hearing the names as rookies, and that will get App State a little more known around the NFL too.
Yep, most definitely. You hit it right on the head. Hopefully we can get Akeem and Evans. They explode on the scene once the game starts. Once they do that, we already got the recognition. We just have more recognition. And show that we are more of a powerhouse once they can get going too.
Yes, sir. I know you played in the SoCon, so I know you guys have rivals, but nowadays we're playing the Sun Belt, and we still have Georgia Southern, like always, those stinky birds. But I mean, now it's just different because we're in the G5. We have all this stuff, and we're always fine behind the Mountain West and AAC, and people think we're not as good as UCF and Memphis. But, I mean, for me, it doesn't really matter if we're better or not. We've set the foundation. We have consistently, even FCS, FBS, proven that we're one of the best teams in the nation due to the fact of consistency of winning. Those teams have winning and losing years. We have not had that in a long time.
Yep, you're exactly right. We haven't had that in a long time, a losing season. So that just shows the foundation. What you were talking about, that Jerry Moore foundation. He set that. We don't like to have those losing seasons under our belt. So that just shows that foundation that he built, and we can continue to do that.
Yeah, I know the NFL is great. College football is great. It's just amazing to see those two come together. But this year, I was talking to Phil Steele, if you know who he is. Do you know who Phil Steele is? Yep. I've been talking to him. I talked to him, got him on the phone, talked to him for a little bit. Me and him were talking about it. He says he's a really good expert that he thinks that UCF or a G5 school, if they can run the tables and other teams have 2 losses, that they possibly will make the playoff. And I was like, it's a possibility, and if that happens, it could reshape the whole landscape for the G5 in the playoffs.
Could be. You never know what could happen this year. You just never know. So we'll see what happens with college football. It'll be fun. It'll be fun just to see. Well, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, 2020 year, the year of anything that can happen.
Yep. The year of anything can happen.
Yes, sir. So tell me about when you left the NFL now. What do you do now, and kind of how'd you go back to the real world, per se?
So, obviously the NFL is a business, so, you always got to treat it as such. You always got to have that backup plan, but what I did throughout my career, I did, in the off season, did some internships And, my last season in the league, I did an internship with this company called Fanatic. And, they ended up hiring me right after I told them that I wasn't playing anymore. And so, that's what that is. And I'm currently just doing recruiting there. So I'm on the HR side of the business. So it's pretty fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's really cool to see App State players after college, and after NFL. To see I know Taylor Lamb's now coach at Gardner-Webb, I believe. We have all these coaches that coaching, and a lot of people don't even know they're at, like Sean Elliott, former app person. I mean, you can look at the whole list throughout the NCAA, and you'll probably see half the teams they even have App State coaches or some kind of connection with that. And that just shows you the app builds culture, and they build coaches, and they build great players and great mindsets.
Yep, you're exactly right. We do got a lot of coaches out there. We got obviously the Louisville staff. We got some coaches in Coastal Carolina, Tony Washington.
I talked to Washington.
So, you're exactly right. We got we kind of got some. We got a lot of connections out there.
Yeah, and I was talking to Washington yesterday and just talking to him about what he's been doing. He started at ECU, then went to Louisville, Scott Satterfield, and then he went to Coastal. So this is his first year. This is his first year officially doing not being a full-time coach. So I'm really excited for him down there and playing again. We're going to play against a former alum, but we do that almost every week because every Sunbelt team has some kind of app coach. So it's going to be kind of like,
definitely.
Yeah, I mean, we just produce players and we produce coaches that succeed. Roughly McNeil's still in the league. We have Scott. We have a ton of people. Now DJ Smith now is the coach. It's just you see the list of names of coaches, and you're like, I know him. I remember him. It's just because they build culture and they build smart players that know how to teach and how to respectfully do it.
Yep, you're exactly right. You hit it right on the head right there. Exactly right. We know our football. We know what it takes to have a winning program. We know what it takes we know what a winning program looks like. We know what the work that needs to be done. So yeah, you hit it right on the head with that one.
Yeah, so I know you didn't play for Scott per se, but I mean, seeing what Scott did at App helped build him up in FBS and take over for Jerry Moore. The first year was kind of iffy. But now if you look at where Scott's at, he turned around a program in a heartbeat that no one expected to happen that fast. He got a bowl win off of last year, like 1 or 2 win team, and you look at Scott Satterfield and say he's an App alum. That's one of our biggest coaches right now is having Satterfield, head coach at Louisville, take over the program and change that in 1 year.
Yeah, it's been fun to see. I haven't been watching them as closely, but I see some things that they've been doing. I know last year they came down to Florida State. I actually did meet them at their hotel. The coaches when Satterfield and Coach Brown, all of them was out there. So I met them at their hotel the night before the game, just because I haven't seen them in some years. So that was a fun experience. But I really haven't really been following as close as I should be. But this year I have some time on my hand where I can actually follow them.
Mhm. Yes, and because I know his time-wise, but looking at this year, looking at all the ACC schedulings-wise, and looking at the way they're doing the championship this year, I'm paying attention to Louisville close because they have an easier schedule than most teams, and they have a chance to make the championship game. And I'm just like, Satterfield, if he does that, he's going to build a nationally championship caliber team if he can get with recruiting and everything. So I mean, I'm telling you, Louisville is going to be on the rise. Louisville may even win a championship 1 year in Scott Satterfield because it's just the way he's bringing culture back to Louisville.
Yep, you're exactly right with that one. Exactly right. He get it from being a part of App State football for as many years as he was. He had a couple stints here. He got a stint here being a player. I He had 2 stints here being a coach, so he know what a winning program is.
Yes.
So he's just relaying that what he knows to the Louisville program, and you see the results of it.
Was Coach Sean Clark there when you played, sir, Mr. McCray?
No, he was not.
Because I just want I didn't know, but when he was Appalum, came back, he coached, went somewhere Kent State for a year or two, came back, and now he's the head coach. He is one of the most nicest guys you'll meet, and another thing is he's the most emotional. I've never seen a coach so emotional and so happy to be a head coach and so determined to make App State and continue the path. I mean, I know I've seen Skyfield and more, but I just love Sean Clark right now because just his passion during the introduction and his emotion and all the stuff he said was just so different than any other interview I've seen.
Yeah, you're right. Just having that, just being an alum for App State, that played a big part in it. His heart is with App State, so that's pretty much what you get. If anybody any alum was a head coach for App State, I'm pretty sure you'll get the same emotion because we invested into that program.
Sure. I'm glad to see you succeeding right now. Glad to see you talking to you. I'm trying to get some other players on, but I mean, for you, it's good to have someone like you on because you're a well-known name for App State back in the day and still is. So I'm really happy to have you, Mr. McCray.
No problem.
This is all the time I have today, folks, with Mr. McCray. And for me, this is Jacob Elliott signing out for App State Sports News and Facts Podcast. See you later.